Hello. Hey. I don't know what I'm doing. Why did I do this? Why did I choose this? Why I'm doing this? it's a wonder. Do I make bad choices? I think so. One second. I think I'm finished. I have everything I need to do. So anyways, how are you guys doing? I will be starting. It said English in alpha, so I don't know how good it's going to be because this is actually a Chinese game. You know, probably Taiwanese because you know, gay, furry. So I'm not sure. I will remove the sound. I can't remove the sound. I find it slightly loud, no, but it don't have sound. Oh wait. Here. I find that better. Hello, Pino. Oh, whoa. That's a long time ago. It's been a while since I seen that name before. How are you doing? How are things going? I hope that I hope that things are going fine for you. Give me a second. I'm doing fine. Give me 1 second before I start. There's a lot of reading, so it was on what's the name of it? Well, your name is rememberable, if you will. That's the way I say it. Rememberable. So I kind of remember you. We talked a bit, so you were on my server, so why not remembering you? Well, it would be weird if I didn't remember you. Oh, yeah, sure. Why not? I have to add you myself because we had like the last time I did that, there was I had a problem with what do you call them? Like I had a rage, you know. Huh. Oh, huh. That's weird. Let me refresh something. Oh, I guess I can't. Oh, are you Toliab by any chance? Okay. Yeah, I had to add you directly. Okay. Okay, added. Let's start this game. I'm gonna be reading a lot, so let's start. Oh look, very cute. Furry. Yeah. No such stuff. A lonely lupine detective slowly pushed his way against the storm. The snow, I mean. It was a familiar pathway. He followed his footsteps, heavy on the snow, buried stone pavement as he approached the destination. 1st of December, 23. No, first day, 23rd of December, 1285. 1285. What was happening in 1285? That's a bit after the Battle of Hastings. So, but before anything, like that's the middle. Well, the Middle Ages. It's 2 days until Christmas and 2 days until the end of my fast. As nice as it is to feast on Christmas, I can stomach a month-long feast. A whole month without any meat would certainly turn my any wolf into a hare. Next time, I'm not fasting for a month just to solve a case. Luckily for me, I closed my last case before it ruined my vacation at the White Star Tavern. And not even murder. I pulled my fur coat tighter and continued to walk against the cold wind towards the distant tavern. That's a weird door. When I saw a sign, White Star, just the warm breath coming out of me began to froze against my snout. I wonder why the tavern keeper wanted to move to better spots. If it weren't for their excellent cider, a tavern this far from the downtown wouldn't last a year. Just to tell you, in the Middle Ages, taverns weren't that normal. Not there were taverns, but mostly they were like for drinking and stuff like that. Travelers were more like into like there were like a division. There weren't like taverns to sleep as some fantasy settings like would. There's like places where you go to sleep and places that are for travelers. And usually there weren't like hotels. There were all painted portraits of white fur dragon across the walls, each one exquisitely detailed. Holy shit, I don't like this art. Haven't you seen for a while? What would you like to have today? Tarn was that one of Chris' fortunes when I discovered. He paused just long enough to speak, then continued his work. What does an Azure scale dragon like him love white fur dragons so much? Maybe I'll never know. Same as usual, but my fast doesn't break until the day after tomorrow. Got it. Thus, that I hate that name. Sassrin put down the duster, then wiped his hands, the cloth at the counter, before grabbing a beer mug and making his way towards the cellar. I hung my coat on the hat stand and sat beside the fireplace to warm myself. What a coincidence to meet you here. What about buying me a drink to celebrate this moment? Uh, Unsocks? What the fuck kind of name is that? Must have heard me coming in and rose up from the corner to approach me, bringing his flute with him. He's a bard, but one without a patron for his artistic career. He's also something of a detective fanatic. I doubt if he has the necessary talent to actually be one. Nowadays, he travels between towers looking for his dapper, always hoping to find some rich noble patron who will appreciate his talent and shower him with gifts. Oh, what a coincidence! I'm flattered, Roman. The greater detective will still remember you. You never forget a guy who can distract me every time when possible. Not on purpose, but still impressive. Of course I do. You left in such impression on me last time when I was trying to solve that case and you... Okay. Angst fled fighting peacefully. Great, save the pin for myself. It's almost dinner time, but there's no other customer here. It's because of the heavy snow. You're still thirsty after staying up by the fireplace for too long. When Sasha being unconscious, they looked around and spotted a guy covered in twisted ropes and tails, wearing a silver cross, silver weird symbol cross, rolled up at the corner table. You can't make out his face in the candlelight. His mug of cider is still full and untouched. Who the hell is that a disguise? Have you heard that saying about tiger teenager stripes? Source came out from behind the counter and handed me a mug of cider along with a note. That elegant. That's elegant. If you find out anything regarding her, keep it to yourself. Her? Was a rising stranger thing. I shoved up the note up my sleeve, drank a cup of cider, and forcefully looked at the loud bell. Relaxed my chair and joined myself in a white flower stand. Looked like we were only pictured. The logs in the fireplace were making tiny crackling sounds. My parents sat behind the counter with the far left. Hanson was playing with food. Elegant had gone upstairs a while ago. Maybe I'll leave here after I return, if I have the money. The white star used to comfort me in that comfort to them. What should I do to fill the time before the jury serves? I wrote a book called The Brief History of Polio, which I'm reading with my back. So I don't really think that can tell me anything about my homeland. Also check the white star system. I don't have any meat for an hour today. A good menu at a little bit too much food. Maybe I'll just take a nap. I could use a nap. Let's just read the history. Might as well do. Seriously. Took the book, brought it from the crime scene of a bag. It's still a book. It's a cheap little no, books are not cheap. Printed with a movable that read, oh well, that's cheaper, and distributed among the citizens of Polio. He believed that if children know about more of the country's history, they'll be more loyal. Thus, he rewarded the ministry commitment to the technique, built 3 machines to print these things day and night. So most of the books handed out in the slums end up more better quality to so it's better than nothing. Okay. They did it to the great Helios too. May God bless him and his subject, and may the sun shine upon his glorious land forever. Napoleon, the country we live in, was established by the father of Helios II, Helios the one, the pioneer. On 4th of September 1169, a great earthquake endangered the reign of the ruling noble. After the earthquake brought the god's punishment, last for nobility, God chose Helios I, the pioneer, to execute his divine wrath. That is very Chinese. Helios I, the pioneer, led loyal soldiers of various species from Crimea, our Lord's capital, and created the country of Poland that we know now. It was not that strife and discrimination caused age-old hatred between species. Thus, he decreed that all species of Poland would be. On 1st September 1230, Helios II descended on the throne after Helios I's time. Truly a blessed land of knowledge. Lord came out of the kitchen and brought me carrots stew and pale ale. Oh, thanks. You see, I don't really want to cook anything related to carrots, but given that you're still fasting. What about fish? It's not that I don't like your stew, but fish is way better. Unfortunately, my fishmonger fell into fishing hole the other day. I'd love to serve you some smoked herring. I can't stand curry stew either, as a chef or a diner. Bon appetit. Returned to the kitchen, then brought us a bowl of lamb. I'm jealous. William came downstairs and then took a seat in front of me. He glanced at me and I quickly looked away. Dinner I sent to the roasted bear near the fire and let myself relax. Those very heavy, fine rest struck of the stairs slowly come back and forth with practice. whole lot of customers. Turn brought a chair and sat down next to me, facing the fire. Don't worry so much. Just give it a couple of days and you'll have some customers studying here. The difference here might be a little bit. Can't really tell why. That's the calling in. Start keeping the customer away. Start our conversation and join us with something as minor as a high to stop folk from having cravings for turns to company. Whatever meal you like, you're still not getting at it. I was here. I think I wouldn't mind. The White Star has a variety of activities and overnight guests and those who speak around after dinner. There's darts competition Saturday evening. All pairs are friendly, there's no authorities around, trying to cover the tables with blue flying on the Not anybody like that would be out in the spread. I double turns quietly and give home. Not tonight. Going to our elegant before we drink with one hand hiding in his mouth. So, we don't know her that well. Let's call off the gambling for the time. Well, if you think something else, let me know. I'll see if I can keep myself up. What do you want to do tonight? Let's talk to Ellen. By the way, I don't know Ellen very well. I'll ask her quietly when I'm knows. Go towards the round table. She's sitting before pulling out a chair and taking a seat, offering me a hand. Hello, I'm Roman. Wait for Ellen to reach out to my hand, but it seems she didn't want. My right hand hovered in the air as awkwardly as the silence. Hello. That wasn't kind of disturbing. I was about to push my chair away and the starting conversation before it started, but paused as she made motion for me to say. She looked at me up and down slowly. I could almost feel the weight of those fake blue eyes through that skin face. The day you used to observing others, I know how uncomfortable it is to be examined so thoroughly by such sharp intensity. You're on good terms with the owner of the tavern, are you not? Well, you say that, but how can you tell? The way you pass information is too obvious. The whole thing. It was like her eyes were pierced with me. You do not fret. I do not care about your feelings. I would imagine a detective like you has more than a few informants. I did not notice until now, but I was involuntarily biting my left thumb. It was a neighbor stick I had since I was young. I haven't managed to break it out. No need to be polite. I should tell me why you came. Well, if you insist. Relieved, I unclenched my fist and took out my handkerchief to wipe it. Anyway, I came here to ask. What race are you? You're neither. Interesting that for reason for your class. Never remain sober in case something else happens. Well, and socks suddenly came out. Still in conversation, are we? I thought we were talking nothing, so I guess I join I. Trust me, we have got plenty to talk about. By the way, I heard a puzzle in a tavern from another town. Would you be interested? So we're kind of in the middle of. What's the puzzle? Doesn't seem interesting, picking her mug and sitting down with us by the fire. Doing a puzzle. Sure, just finished cleaning up the kitchen and came out by the fire. Yes, you come just not really in the mood. Listen to the story. Like you got anything better to do. Just leave it and let us solve the puzzle at once. Better do it by myself than leaving it to you guys. Let's start then. Look at his note then pressed to and said. One night in a small farming town, famous for its barley, the only windmill in town came to a stop. It was the first time it happened. The mill was so vital to the work, the villagers rushed out to check the mill. From afar, the villagers saw the windmill blades were no longer located. They thought that the sound wind had broken the transmission shaft that ran the mill. The villagers came to the mill, the ground covered in thick snow over their ankles. The dark wooden mill towered over them in the white sun. The place turned into an ominous system looking like an inverted road. I thought it was a puzzle, not some bartel you use to point to the front. Okay? Not that you're paying me, so just tell me. Allow me to continue. They closer. They found a windmill maintenance gondola which was tied with a hemp rope. But then they saw it. The mirror who ran the mill was suspended upside down in the middle of the air. They were wide open with fear. His face contracted as though he was screaming in terror. His paws were stiff and hanging down, level with the edge. Okay, have a nice night. I'm not going to force you to stay, dude. Or running. Oh. Lethal? Wait. That the object used to conserve safety lethal. No one could imagine that. Wait a minute, Anson. Did you the safety rope really cause the death of the Miller? Do you disagree, Roman? After all, the safety rope was tied to the Miller's dead body. Yes, but why can't the safety rope be the murder weapon? Let me check. Yeah, it has to be tied to the ankle. Can't tell if it's tied to the ankle. It's like that sport from overseas. What do you call it? Bungee jumping? Correct. The safety rope is typically tied to the ankle or waist. Considering the position of the body, the only possible way was tied to the ankle. It's true, but there must be something that killed him. We couldn't got that next. Go on then, Anxos. As I was saying, the Miller had died in the windmill, where he had spent his nights and days. The local police initially determined that the old Miller was trying to repair the windmill while he was drunk. He had slipped, lost his footing, and fallen from the repair gondola. However, the cause of death was still unclear, so his head might have struck the windmill. Townsfolk investigated one greatest detective in Rome. He was an old-fashioned detective and refused he was paid no less than 15 rayar and all travel expenses. Rayar? That's 910. That's for one case that they could eat fried lamb chops for every meal for a month. Hadn't bought to fast until Christmas. No, it's wish my kids paid that well. Would they not? I thought you were a worth the try. I saw started to laugh, but stopped it when I grabbed it. When it also came to his humble presence, he was sitting behind a great desk. He played with a prince who had a bolt from a capital one button. Solar from the small window passed through the lens and scattered into a rainbow color. Relating to the villager account, the detective struggled to get up from his chair with a cane. Then asked his only turn to tell the courage. This would be one of his few field investigations. One problem was that the description of the crime scene was not detailed. Like, another problem was that the case sounded so bizarre. The biggest problem was that the glib bard could not get to the point. But why don't you tell the story? Then the drum made answers blush with anger. Fine, the details make the story more vivid, even if they are irrelevant. The day after the body was discovered, the detective arrived to town in the afternoon. He learned from the gossip in the town that the night of Miller's death, people had spent the night in the mill, but they had alibis. Who were they? One was the Miller daughter, and the other was the Miller apprentice. They had spent the night in the Miller last week. About those two, I'd like to know about the front. His name was Hans. He came to the mill from the next town, 8 years ago. And at the time he was just 10 years old and all in. No parents would be so cruel if it weren't for his mind. According the Miller treated him well. The apprentice was also very clever. He was seemed to be able to succeed no matter how compliant the Miller was. I want to know more about the Miller story. And then at the door she's sitting and a grey wolf. He had a no short of secret in town and even caught the eye of local. Not just because of well, but also they're known for her beauty. She had been a dream girl for every Belgian in town. She got a warrior with her father, or at least other associates. Originally, there was a rumor that she had a closer with the Miller's affair. I think I know what happened. And the Miracle lived his entire life in the town and had no enemies. He was well regarded in the town. His wife died of puerperal fever shortly after he gave birth to Elena, and he had lived as an old bachelor ever since. He had several drinking friends who had met in the pub almost every night after supper, drinking and talking until the tavern closed. Not like some tavern regulars. Some folks at the tavern provided with additional information. The mayor had been especially generous recently, and one day he even bought everyone in the tavern around the meal in celebration. That's all the information of those present. So in got his fill of gossip, was in the tavern, Then left the tavern and went to talk to them towards the mill. Within 10 minutes, the two arrived to the mill and it was a clear and well-lit mobile. The snow at the gate of the mill had been swept away from the overzealous villagers. The detective relied relieved and cautious checked the snow from the outside. Snow was unexpectedly thin. He found the footprints of the villagers on the course of the outer circle and went all the way from the house. There was nothing except a messy traces in front of the last footprint. See that there was no shortcut or alternative entrance. The detective then put his hat on and came to the mill door. He glanced down by accident before entering the door. There seems to be a circular imprint around the last footprint in front of the door, and the stone used to hold the door open had been moved. Stepping inside, the detective met Elena, who was covering her face and crying, and Husk was comforting her. The body of old Miller was still hanging on the window, swinging like a pendulum. Do you want to listen to the testimony first or go straight to the scene? Probably you should investigate the scene first in case something gets destroyed later. Not to mention the witness does not seem to be emotionally stable. Maybe you should listen to her, even though she is the glare coming through elegant veils should set Ansels on fire, so he should shut his mouth very tightly. The detective first went to the stairs and checked the scene of death. Ansels quickly sketched something on a piece of paper and handed it to him. The mill is divided into three floors. Elizabeth tells 5 people. Between the maintenance gondola on the third floor and the window on the second floor is the connecting shaft between the fan blade and mill. The maintenance gondola is extremely narrow and long and about as wide as an adult foot. There was a layer of snow on it, but no footprint. 2 ropes were tied at the railing of the basket. The left part was covered with snow, like the other parts of the area, and there was no one on the right side. They leaned against the railing and looked down. Under the wooden railing hung the cold body of Miller. The rope on the left was only a section of the rope head, swinging in the wind, like a peddler who dared not to go home without a sail. He tied the lean out further, the railing creaked under the pressure. Snow fell from the inclining railing, falling into this disintegrating air. The biological insect in, his fur bristling voluntary. He pulled back quickly and turned to check the situation at the entrance. Putting his right hand inside his coat and grasping a dagger, he kept defending him from villains. It was a gift of his first love. Every time he held the dagger, it reminded the fertile palm of the thief. Wasn't it a love story or something? This one elegant is enough. The detective turned around and found nothing behind him. He went downstairs quickly and found that the two of them were where they were, as if they had not moved. He went back to the second floor and looked up to the window. Above his head there was a rotating shaft of the windmill blade, which gleamed black from grease from the daily rotation underneath. The shadow cast by rotating axis hit his face, which gave him a very uncomfortable feeling. So he was being prehistoric hunger shuddered in terror at the sight of some giant beast. The grills of the window were exposed, about 30 centimeters away from the upper eaves of the window. The triangular teeth were distributed around the rotating shaft. Then he put his hand into the coating pocket and gently ran his thumb across the edge of the priest's carriage. Something came into his mind. The detective looked out from the window again. The lowest gear groove seemed to be more worn than the others. He went back to the first floor, passing by the living room and straight to the kitchen. The oven seemed to have been used recently, and the kitchen filled with the mixture of pungent smell of charcoal and the delicious grain smell of a barley bread. He opened the oven and flicked the ashes with a stick. The tip of a piece of charcoal under the ashes reminded him of the prints in his pocket, like a well. Having gathered the necessary evidence, the detective returned to the living room to question the witnesses. As the detective approached, Elena sat upright and had supported her eyes drooping. She was dressed in a light blue nightdress. Her eyes were red and swollen. Her facial fur was calm. It was easy to see the state of disorder despite her attempt to cover it. Okay. Well, Welcome, Mr. Detective. I assume this visit is related to my father's death. It'd be nice if you could talk the way more often. It's really hard to speak like this. Come on, show your dedication to your craft. It took the detective about 10 minutes to persuade the apprentice to go upstairs with his servant. This one of their testimony influenced the other. He will introduce himself and some brief preparation. The detective asked her to tell the story that yesterday after my father went to the town as usual, I finished my housework after about 8 o'clock. It was about 2 hours before my father came back. Nothing seemed strange. I went up to Hans' room to chat with him. 2 hours passed by, and we didn't realize my father had yet returned to normal. It wasn't until around 11 o'clock that we realized how late it was. We went downstairs and thinking my father was quietly sitting in the living room, but he told me, but he wasn't there. The door was closed and no one was in the living room. I had a feeling that something terrible must have happened. It was like a snake had slithered under the door, crawled my spine, whispering in my ear. I don't know if it was because of the wind or all things, but the door that day was more difficult to open than usual. I pushed the door open and the wind blew snow into the house. I propped the door open and made my way outside. When I got under the window, I had a strange thought, like an itch on my back. I couldn't be scratched, and I couldn't help but look up. Hanging above my head was a purple face that was swollen and swaying in the wind. His eyes were as prominent as a goldfish. The lake had flew down his open, screaming mouth and frozen into ice, snout and fur. I was frightened, so I rushed back into the house and closed the door. I couldn't sleep that far. Every time I closed my door, I thought of his face. I can't believe it was my father. We finished the description of the covered situation, Elena collapsed on the sofa with her hand covering her face. This time, I detective smelled something fishy in her testimony. After thoroughly found encouragement the contradiction between the testimony and the evidence. No, it was funny enough. Her was killed soon after her return home, so he was still in his code. Hmm, you will believe this one. Oh, give me some details. The prologue says, Sight reached the gate of the mill. Since Len had gone out, he will certainly left footprints as well. Although I don't know how she did it, Elena must have concealed something. As for the reason, we can only go with the inquiry. The detective tied his sleeves and carefully pointed out the errors in Elena's testimony. Recall, Miss Elena, you said you went to check outside. Yes. And why is there only a set of footprints from outside the house, the gate of the mill? Well, I must be scared to my memory is confused. Let me start over. Usually after dinner, my father went to the tavern as usual. I went upstairs to Hans to chat. 2 hours passed by and there was no sign from my father returning. I went downstairs around 11 and thought that he had not come back. I opened the door and my father's skirted head appeared as the body swung outside. I was so scared that I ran back to the house and closed the door. The scene was so frightening that my memory was confused. At night, every time I closed my eyes, that hurt me. As long as the light is dull, more lights are bound to use to cover it up. Oh! Are you a furry? No. God is just a delusion. How you doing? No, I'm not a furry. I do have some toggles that I use. And I forgot. There we go. How you doing? So yeah, no, I'm not a furry. It's a pity that even the most talented folk can make up every lie perfectly, let alone under such pressure. Miss Elena, there's really no need to hide anything from me. The detective saw through the lies she made up this time. Hey. Sure, after dinner, my father went to the tavern. 2 hours passed by, and there was no sign of him for no, no, no. Phone that they had not come back. Well, I opened the door, and my father sort of had appeared as his body swung outside. I was so scared that I ran back to the house and closed the door. Um, the position of life. How could Elena see his head in the door if the mirror posts were even with the main windmill blade? Elena saw that she could not have seen, only because she was actually out there, cleaning up her footprints when she came back. Not to mention cleaning up her footprint is suspicion. Why would you need to clean your footprint if you're just a witness? Where she panicked and didn't, or the whole scene she described was as some sort of illusion. That could be true. You say you saw the face of the deceased in the door. It's impossible for you with the current position of the body. Corpses don't simply move after death, do they? How could? I don't even know. Alana screamed hysterically and ran out of the living room. It seemed that she couldn't get near her for a while. The deputy went upstairs to visit the witness. The deputy saw Hans upstairs. He was wearing a soft hat, rolled-up jacket, and a brown linen trousers. The dark gray eyes under the brim made the detective uncomfortable for some reason. The kind of look reminded him of the colleague he met under the case several years before. The wolf was a beautiful blue eyes and had an unruly and wild gaze. Don't push it. Calm down, man. As I started to get up, I was pressed back to my seat by Tsarn, Tiklos. He's still associated about the conflict between customers. 5 years ago, someone made the mistake of starting a fight in his tavern. He grabbed the guy with only one paw and threw him across the street. That's what this attracted more customers. I still don't know why they are thinking that they're all masochists. And the detective noticed that the hair of his clothes seemed to be darker than elsewhere. The detective's face remained unchanged. He lowered his hat and covered his fine eyes. Hans, hope you don't mind. Just doing my job. They sat in the wooden chair opposite of Hans and handed his cane to the servant beside him. I'd like to hear about what happened last night. It was before, Mr. Well, I'm sure I'll try my best. Yesterday after dinner, like every ordinary night, the mayor went to the pub last time. Elaine and I stayed in the middle to watch the house. We stayed in the room until 11 o'clock. Then found out that the miller didn't come back at his time. Elena went downstairs to check while I hurried back to my room. It wasn't long before I heard Elena scream downstairs and the sound of the door being slammed. I went downstairs and saw Elena pale, slumped on the ground. I took her back to her room. She told me off and on about what she saw outside the door. I stayed at her bedside all night to keep her company. Okay, just one question. Is there anything suspicious? Is there anything suspicious? Room. Whether their wording seems to be listed. What's it about? Different rooms. But constant money is just now since you mentioned that he went back to my room. I'm not. It may not be the same room. It's like one of them forgot to prepare the sample one in a case. Hans, I have a small question. This has nothing to do with the case. I'm more like being jealous, also faced with two young lovers. In which room do you usually date in? Well, in Elena's room. If there was the case, then Elena's room contradicts yours. You told me that you two were in your room as usual. Or really, she may just be confused by the show. Or was she so frightened that she forgot the alibi you agreed on in advance? What are you talking about? I don't even know. Hans kept feeling with his hands, and the fine beads of sweat moistened the short hairs on his forehead. His gray eyes avoided the oh, please excuse me, Mr. Hans. Just my speculation, after all. Okay. But I wouldn't lose a partner who gets nervous so easily if I were you. Ah, your hand shakes when you're nervous. Can you even grasp the rope with those? The detective could read Hans' tense behavior like a book, and now he needed only a little physical evidence to prove his conjecture. Then they went out to the snowfield where the body had been lowered from the windmill by the servant. The mere body was spread out in the snow, so that no anybody would see it. Then inspected the now neatly arranged corpse there. He couldn't help but grin. The reprimanded servant who had carelessly moved the body went to investigate. They looked at the curled finger and found that the princess nail which matched with the fur color. He put his glove and pulled aside the miller coat and revealed a thick fur. He could feel the liquefying fat under the miller's skin. The miller looked quite plump thanks to the close light. Is that even really good? Because I don't add so much context to the case. Who knows? Perhaps it may be relevant some. Found the gray hairs under the miller's nail and matched with the miller's own fur. His skin was crushed. He looked close to his face. His hair was scared by the dead miller's twisted face, even though it wasn't his first time seeing a body. The mere wide open eyes were growing cloudy and lifeless. His wrinkles were getting clearer due to the facial muscles. His mouth stayed shut, but silent fear still escaped from it. He had been frightened. The mere fur remained fluffy, with no signs of strangle marks. The mare's ankle was tied with a safety rope. Cheap but reliable, the knot was a hangman's noose. Now plans to sell us rope. And now he plans to sell us rope. I'm not a merchant. Go up and finish the search. No. Okay, we finished it. And now let's put the pieces back together. Wait, there's still a lot of more questions to be solved. Didn't you take notes of the evidence? Take a good look. Look at the main problem with the case lying in the cause of the miller's death, the weapon that killed him and where he was murdered, and the killer's motive. The process of how the case happened is also noteworthy. It's impossible to confirm the sequence of events. We should focus on the factors that change with time, such as weather. Click the mobile icon on the answer. Uh, okay, weapon. What's your opinion on the murder weapon? Stone. A stone against the door. It can be moved after all. It could also be moved when they open the door. You're right. That where's the trauma on the body? Wine? Knife? Hans hung the mirror then landed her fire with her knife. The weapon was put on in here together with the rest of the stuff going on. So what you're saying is that they found the well-hung father. Well, that was just tasteless. How would you explain the lack of blood on the snow? Well, shock horse, Roman? Think again. Shock. It was an invisible weapon. Interesting. How about marrying him with the shock which was caused by the sudden drop? Not everyone would be so easily scared as you are, but anyone would be shocked if they were hung without any preparation. Let alone drunk and overweight with Miller. I suppose the sudden death could be possible because of those external factors. Feels like this time the tale wasn't just an out of dramatic flair. Of course, every tale is necessary. Why did you take nearly half an hour to describe it to the suspects? Shh. Method. What's the process of the crime? Okay. 4, 5. So I will go with this one. This one is didn't happen. And this one didn't happen, so it's the other one. Okay, I have an idea of how this happened. Um, Why not there's 4 chips that are impossible? I believe it's the last one that is not. Which wouldn't work? Luck may be in a component, but it's not possible. Motive. Let's talk about the motive then. First of all, we all have already established that Miller got along well with the villain. So what would the motive for murder be? Daughter's relation. Miller wouldn't allow the relation between a daughter and the apprentice. You mean someone murdered him so that the pair could be together? The nurse killed him just because of a disagreement though. That means something recently happened that provoked the culprit to kill the Miller. Then the identity of the criminal is obvious. Even so, there's no need to kill him. Suspect. Well, there's only one. Both of them. Yep, they're shared the common benefit of the operation of the trap needs to cooperate. So the whole picture of this case is crystal clear. How come you so excited since you aren't the one who solves the puzzle? I'm so excited to see you work, okay? The whole story in this case is case played. The mirror was a nice guy, but he was particularly speaking about the doctor's relation, especially the relation with his apprentice. But even though he couldn't stop their love from blossoming, the two young people seized every moment they got to be together. The situation had been going on for a while. Eager as they were to be open with their relation, they couldn't bear the Miller's denial of their love anymore. All of a sudden, the Miller made an important decision. That is, the Miller agreed to the Mar. Oh wait. Which is why they decided to kill the Miller that night. The lovers were supposed to escape the night after they finished the gift, but heavy snow and another reason forced them to change their plans. The Miller went out, casted a noose, safety rope, and lowered it down to the third floor maintenance tunnel. By the way, the noose is their method to hang murderers. The original plan might have been for Elena to meet the mirror on the first floor, put the knot hanging on the wheel around his neck. Then Elena sent a signal to Hans and let him pull the rope hanging the mirror. But even the calmest people make a costly mistake when they kill for the first time. At about 10 o'clock, whose hands shook when he got nervous, lost his grip on the rope and dropped the knot in the snow, leaving the circle imprint. Elena had just opened the door and was ready to reach first, so the noose fall from the ground. Pearl wanted to warn Hans to take it back up, but the mirror was already close by them. It would attract the mirrors at the end if the rope was pulled back up. The mirror attempt to have failed at that point, but here comes the mirror took a wrong step that changed the whole thing. Stepped into the noose by accident. At the time, Hans had just grasped the rope outside the fence. The Paul moved towards the snow, the rope was pulled. Hans felt the pull and instantly pulled up the rope according to the original plan, pulling the miller by his ankle. The mirror fell from the snow before he was pulled into the air, leaving the messy marks in front of his foot as he struggled. Hans hung the miller in the air, daring not to get go off the rope and let him struggle in the air. After a while of struggling and cursing, the face of the miller changed from red to purple as more and more blood rushed to his head. The miller became weaker and weaker until he stayed still. Lennon Hans wanted to escape after this comedy of success, but finally decided to get as if the mirror had actually died and counter testimony. After all, as long as they could get rid of the suspicion of Mara, they could increase the meal. The reward for taking such a risk was extremely good. Costa tied the safety rope to the man's response, representing to the miller had tied the rope himself. However, it had snow by that time. The rope tied to the fence pushed the snow off. Therefore, there was no snow on the right side. As he also stuck a wooden wheel in the windmill. Here, made the windmill stop spinning. As the distant villagers saw the windmill stop, he would naturally think that the miller accidentally fell and died while repairing the windmill. The morning that they arrived was sunny and windless. The windmill wouldn't spin even without the wheel were stuck. It was his chance to throw the wedge into the bread stove and destroy the avenue. Then all he needed to do was just go back to the room and wait until dawn. If you don't look closely at the scene, he would think the miller died by accident. Though it looks intriguing at first, it's actually an obvious puzzle with many loopholes. Next time I'll give the legendary detective romance a more difficult puzzle. After a long investigation, the detective told everyone his seen friends in the tavern and left the final decision to the village. The snow stopped and the detective opened the door to the snow-covered tavern. Thick snow still covered the paved road and the detective set foot to the road hall. It looks like there won't be any more customers tonight, so I'm going to close up for the night. If you need anything, please come to the third floor to find me. Tavern gave me an elegant room keys and closed the tavern and went upstairs. Then, perhaps it's time for me to go upstairs. I do not risk to being locked out by Sarn if it's too late. There are three beds in the attic. Sarn usually has two beds for himself, so he can have enough space to stretch his limbs. The third bed is usually rented as a low price to acquaintances who need accommodation on tight budgets, such as Amazon. And then I sat at the same round table staring at each other silently. Is there anything else to do tonight? Let's talk. Want to talk with Elegant? He's very interesting. Before I could move, Elegant moved the chair to the top. Actually, complete, isn't it? Where is the motive, the method of committing the crime? There also, is there anything else? Of course, the judgment. It doesn't matter, does it? People can use their authority to influence the outcome of the case. For example, it was intentional homicide, not an unfortunate accident. The detective says will, in the end, determine the judgment. You're wrong. Every detective that earned his position will strike straight to the truth. Same truth is also determined by the detective, is it not? So in this case, do you believe that they killed the miller by accident or did they kill the miller intentionally? What if they just wanted to eliminate the miller into consideration? What's your judgment? This is a homicide. Is that not too arbitrary? Their aim is to stop the gator, which is not enough to kill for. Things enough. Killing isn't something that needs special reasons. Even the most cruel things can derive someone to kill. Besides, the way they committed the crime, I think they just failed in their original plan, then chose another way. Perhaps. I finish the rest of my beer. Oh, great, I really drink a lot. I feel like I'm drowning on liquor. It doesn't matter if I have a cup or two. I put to the cider, and she only had a sip from in front of her. Hearing your reason, I just now, it's definitely not something a drunkard should come up with. Then I'll take that as a compliment. By the way, I have a tip for you. Kurgan said. The toilet looks a bit out of place in that tavern. Kurgan's going to notice that thick hole in none in the middle of a room drunk. If you plan to stay here, I'm afraid you'll just end up scaring away the target of your investigation. See, an amateur mistake on my part. Negan hesitated for a while, then turned to look at me. Thanks for your reminder. And you're welcome. turns out that you really are investigating less. I'm right. I'm not entirely wrong, but now it's not too late to change my clothes. I have to think about how to play this afternoon. Sometimes being confined now seems to become nervous, okay? At the reflection of her mouth. When you have a moment, I'd like to find some time to hear what you're actually thinking. Right, I'm going to bed. Good night. Go back to 11 and went upstairs again. Maybe I was too drunk. I took off my boots and flopped on the bed, almost screaming when I touched the pillow. Uh, Waitress, I could hear a voice coming from downstairs. The sound reverberated to the empty halls as if I were lying on the cradle when I was a child, hearing my mother hum us an lullaby. But the tune of the music had kind of this harmony that was sinister. Sort of like when you open your eyes only to find your cradle dangling off the edge of a cliff. The strange midnight music was unsettling, like something dark and ominous. I was about to spring out of the shadow to grab me. Do you want to go downstairs and have a look? Let's go downstairs. So I pushed the door open. I hadn't noticed the noise before when I went to sleep, but given how quiet it was at the moment, any sound would seem magnified a million times. The music downstairs stopped. I locked the door and sat in the bed until it stopped. Until it stopped. I didn't hear any other noises that night. For the rest of the night, I slept comfortably and dreamlessly. It looked like I got spent my night Christmas morning with a half-mad bard and a mysterious adventure in a tavern in the middle of nowhere, and eat nothing but vegetarian dishes all day long. Truly, such an extravagance would make even the Pope himself jealous. There was a thick layer of snow on the windowsill, but it was a sunny day outside. I set a hand to the stairs and went down slowly. I could hear the sound of wooden cups knocking on the table. Oh, and the smell of barrel is spread from the firewood. Sure enough, four guests came as soon as it was time. Finally up, eh? God, it must be nice to have a cushy smart guy job where you don't have to wake up before dawn. Come on, I only go to sleep late during the day. Here's my disheveled hair after time. Yanni, why are you so early? The dog completely frozen. It's either to be bored at home or be drinking at the tavern. Reached out and touched the handle with squeezing tight. What the hell? I still need some honey, you know? Maybe you should exercise more. How are you going to catch criminals if you can't even take a honey? I slapped more me on the shoulder as I spoke. Hey, Steve, just messing with you. So are you gonna stay here during the Christmas holiday? I heard someone like you will get a trip or something. Well, I can't travel with strangers. I think you broke something important. And maybe I should put your clothes in your mistress then. Look, you put my me to death, I just bring faster and guilt. Yannis grinned and raised a hand just as Darcy poked his head out of the door. Remember, Yanni, if you keep messing around, I'll throw you out. Not everyone has a big buff and thought as you as a take. For example, Pete. Hey, don't look down on me. Peter slapped his hand on the table and stood up. It's true, I mean, I never seen Yannis lay a finger on you. That's because he knows he can't mess with me. Really wanna take me on, Fluffy? No, I don't want to end up losing control and breaking up you in half. Either do it or shut up. Well, it's not like my body's weaker than yours. Alright, there's some things that don't have to be forced. So, as the different reasons be so different. These are one in the same legal sense. What's the use? I don't need to deal with criminals every day like you. The law is unequal and it's my business. Besides, what else is the same in a legal sense? Booze, money, and room charges. They aren't even legally mandated. That's just you being an opportunist. Speaking of opportunists, hey Kane, did you find another job yet? Well, a few days ago, the cook at this small restaurant nearby quit because of low salary. I figured I'd go and try my luck. I mean, it's a long shot given how many times I have got canned in the past. You better try to get a hold of your temper. No one will dare to hire you if you have another attack. If you could control your temper, perhaps the president will hire you as an assistant. Look, if my temper was easy as you said, then I would have gotten kicked out so many. Okay, nobody in this world is perfect. Better comfort him a bit, or he will just end up blowing up later. I want everyone to go to school this time. I can start to drink alone. Seems that everyone hasn't changed much. It's the same as last year when I couldn't get a case and spent a lot of time in the tavern. Ah, good old days. Sure, sure, being broke and staring at an empty wallet hurt, but in the company of my friends, life didn't seem to be so sad. What should I do now? Oh, yeah, it opened up. There was people that into that, but you could use the rope connected to it. Okay. The rope, which was set between the second and the third room on the left, handle was I really shouldn't enter customer without permission. Okay, fine. Let's go to the common I want my hands was better. I'm not comb my hair careful in the mirror. Falling gray hair fluttered down like snow from my scalp, eventually landing on the waist. Spring season had already passed, obviously. Even those falling hairs had regrown in the winter. Maybe I should take care of myself better next time. I get pissed. The last thing I need is to look terrible in front of clients. I rested my board to the separated counter and call and squeezed through the narrow passage. Sometimes I wonder how it turns cramped to be such a small space. Took my head through the curtain and started was washing the dishes, but stopped for what's the matter, Roman? I can still stay here, right? I wonder which room is hers. Here's room on the right. Thanks. I'm a bit thirsty after chatting all morning. Maybe if I help myself some ale? I remember to turn off the tap. I got a mug from under the counter and slipped into the cellar. For filling my mind, Cassie considered my next course of butter. Cellar toilet. Cold. I knocked on the door on the third floor on the right. Who is it? It's me, Roman. Is there something that matters? I want to ask you a quick question. Then opened the door and stood there looking at me skeptically. Her hand didn't leave the door. I don't know why you dress like that. That's in a low voice. So, do you wonder about the reason which I dress like this, or are you questioning the motive? Why not both? I just stepped away a bit, even through the room to squeeze through the door sideway. Not sure if I should try. Her body language expression suggests she wasn't looking for combat. Do you really stand at my door and speak? You are aware of the reason I rebel downstairs, are you not? She moved that back again further, into the room, and she shut the door behind her. You're regulars here, recent people you don't need to be worried about. Maybe these individuals. You have already seen through my disguise, so I feel no need to hide. The the safe cannot be safe from them. As of a moment, the only ones I trust are Trustern and you. I realized I was included it's an honor. If you're ready with Trustern, I can trust you for now. Make for an excellent ally. There's no great reason why I'm here. I got a job in the last tavern. I suppose you're willing to share the there next time. Even if you accept my 90-10 split for the fee. Do I get 90? Then cleared her throat and even with the Cathedral of Saints, I suck. What is that? Cathedral under Rim Diocese. Current Diocese. Under the construction in the capital. 12 years ago, there was a disaster when one of the central pillars collapsed. The noble brothers who were supervising the construction site, the elder is called Brando and their younger was Jonathan, were buried under rubble. Is that a reference? According According to reports of one of the junior clergy of the local abbot, the collapse was caused by the brothers who had lined their pockets by using substandard material and cheating the worker. That's a very Chinese thing to do. The story proved to be a perfect tool to persuade others to donate. After all, everyone fears the punishment of God. People are willing to give you up anything as long as they avoid the flames of hell. According to the reports, one of the junior clergy at the local abbot, the collapse was caused by the brothers, who had lined the pockets by using items. Yes. So I'm guessing you're hired to investigate further? Yes. Now that I have settled in, I plan to insinuate myself into the cathedral. The guys didn't tell you to come to the White Star, did they? For Carl and Mercer intend to stop in the taverns as a piece of this travel. You know as well as I that the tavern rumor mill is a wash with contacts and wasted information. The West spends so much money investigating a close case about something called different. That's neither my problem nor my concern. Take the job, perform the job, take the payment. Anything else is immaterial. I do not concern myself with any secrets my clients may have. Then turned and opened the door. Said that she was continuing my question with immaterial as well. Then turned and looked back to me, waiting silently. Well, sorry to bother you. I left quickly and sensibly. The door shut behind me with a click. Hang around. Let's talk to Anson first. I stopped by Anson and held my cup. What's the matter? What do you think about Elegant? Well, she doesn't seem like a fond of idle chit chat. And since when do Nan shows up in tavern, maybe she's looking for a wayward soul to shame or something. Maybe Anson might know why Elegant. Maybe it turns ask her to come over here to sing Christmas carols. Never mind. Come on with any new songs recently? Anson's heard any new songs recently? Yes. Sounds good. The feast one silver safe, please. You're greater than charms. Nothing. Let's go with Peter. I sat across Peter at this table. Peter looked up at me. Roman, do you think there is such a thing as true fairness? You're trying with the same problems, no? Compared to a lot of places in the world, Apollo is pretty fair. Where else would you see so many different species being friendly in the same tavern? This place is the exception, not the rule. There are dozens of restaurants and taverns in the capital which only serve meat-eating animals. Although it's forbidden by law, they always have ways to avoid it. Just tell the inspector that Wonder of Wonders that there were no herbivore customers that day, or that this special happens to be grilled veal. You know, most of the inspectors are carnivores too. Even if the reason are just bald-faced lies, they still get away with it. There's so many injustices in life. Why do we pretend not to see them? Abdullah is still young and things take time to change. Not everyone has the time to wait. I took my mug and sat opposite to Yanni. Before you start, I'll pass on the shoulders. Yannis, half standing, took his hand back slowly and scratched his head embarrassed. Sorry, all habits in just a friendly greeting, is all. That's one way to put it, I guess. Looking to chat or something. I'm a little bit curious about how life by the sea is like. Life by the sea is nothing special. You know how more folk like to visit the sea on holidays? Kinda the opposite of us. We like to get someplace far away from the brine and cosmic ocean. Us sea folk are used to the terrifying waves of the sea. Kinda relax quickly and live for a while. So it's not like the earth rise up out of the blue and swallow your house and everyone. That's not impossible. Haven't you heard about earthquakes? The sea is like that all the time. Earthquakes only happens every so often. You a big top sailor, why do you fear the waves so much? President Ian's face froze suddenly. You don't understand. Aren't you the way with the tavern near the docks? Why come all the way to the White Star, you said? Have you been on those taverns over there? I came in and had to look when I was handling a cake. Then you saw the fish hooks and fish nets and they all hung on the back of the walls behind the counter. You're scared of fish hooks? You would be too if you were a shark. A shark? You took my mug and sat down. I took my mug and sat down on the opposite cave. Like Kane didn't notice me as I scooped up a spoonful of stew and watched that dribble back into the bowl. I can't blame Starn. What? Top of my hand, Kane looked at me. Nothing, I just felt strong cooking skill. I don't think it's not bad. This vegetable stew is excellent, but it's not just a carnivore. Other carnivores won't taste anything weird. I don't want to sound like a herbivore supremacist or anything, but I still don't think that it's better to leave cooking vegetable dishes for people like us. I can almost hear the radishes in the stew screaming for the mistreatment. Our relationship isn't that bad, is it? Of course. And if I ask you a sensitive question, you won't get angry with me? How could I get angry with you? What? So do you have some unique feelings when you speak? I have no idea how many carnivores meet that same question. What do you think about wolves? The ones that walk on four legs, I mean. It's a, there was a stuffed wolf head as a wall hanging on my old house. But other than that, I don't have much of an opinion. If you're fine with a stuffed wolf head, then I'm fine with steak. After all, it's not like the meat came from someone I knew. I think that's it. It smells like cute vegetables. I got I got good news and bad news. The good news is that Kane decided to bust into my kitchen and quote show you idiots an actual vegetable stew is like. Luckily for you guys, he cooked the stew before I managed to hurl him out of the street. The bad news is today's lunch is vegetable stew. That's fine, I'll give up anyway. Anyway, bon appetit. I stirred the stew with my spoon and a thick soup rolled slowly into the bowl. Yanis was holding the bowl with bathed and open mouth. Sure it can be healthy way of Kane ate his much contentedly without any hesitation, but once especially from time to time, I lowered my head immediately and had a bite. The place was realized by the fire in the afternoon. The sun was falling again outside, so I turned, needed to slip the snow were blown from the doorway. Some snow came to the street and muffled the sound, like when you block up your ears with a sponge. You know, everything bad or unpleasant outside is good or bad is just muffled by the slight sweat, scent of fresh air, chilled by the winter cold lingering snow. The wind, heavy with floating snow, tapped at the wooden door, enough that a band of sunlight would shine through the gap across the wall. Suddenly the door swung open. It's so cold. I get something warm up me up. A fluffy white fur dragon started in, dragging a suitcase that was almost as big as he was leaning on a cane. What's a child doing on the snow like this? I have to hurry up, boy. Come in and have a rest. Don't call me a boy. Would the children be carrying this? He pulls a medical license from his pocket and branches it up to Stern, like a dagger. Stern frowned as he read it. Oh, my apologies, Master Doctor. Please forgive my rudeness. That's the last thing I need to freeze to death before I get back to my clinic. I'll just be waiting for the snow to calm down. Of course, please warm yourself by the fire. I'll carry your things. Stern tried to lift the suitcase, then let out a loud groan as he shifted it. What in God's name? So heavy. Dragon took off his thick and heavy coat, climbed onto the chair opposite me, and reclined with a sigh full of contentment. Greeting, I'm Thievery, a physician by trade. He rose slightly and spread out his right hand. I returned the handshake. Roman, it's a pleasure. Maybe I'll be your patient in the future. His lip curved slightly. Hope that day never comes. His hands were covered with soft, with palm to the back of his hand. The stray snowflake which he brought from the outside were melting. He looked like he'd fit right into some certain plane. No, then, where in the blazes am I? I never passed by here. The only reason I managed to spot this way was the lamp outside. This is the White Star Tavern. The white dragon looked at me with confusion. The Vela District. Vela District? My word, well, I hadn't expected to get quite so lost. He shrugged his shoulder and looked around. Then the door shook violently and gave the prisoner access to the inside of the room. The falling slowly flew up and down with the invading storm. At the same time, someone cursed loudly in the cellar. Mind your language. There's a chill. Oh, fuck off. I'm not a child. The gate howled outside. If someone were to go out now, he'd be mad or suicide. Normally, shutting the door was an easy task, but becoming much harder than usual in this case. The snow from the crack whirled across my nose and eyes. Shut the door with all my strength, then found a chair to lock it up. Then about to sit back down, the door hinge creaked loudly as someone rattled the knob. What the? Oh hell! There was a hyena laying there, reptiling that thing couldn't move. It's a tavern, please. I humbly ask for shelter and warm hearth. May I stay? Crow took his feet in and brushed as I shrugged as an answer and pointed to the cellars as another crash echoed from within. I'm not the boss. I can't call the shots. Perhaps the owner will show kindness and not hurl me into the street. He took off the rope into the back of the chair and then kicked back and leaned heavily. The partial suspended chair groaned under the pressure. Trevor, keep you waiting. Going on so soon, doctor? Trent stood into the doorway and stared with a mug of ale in his hand as Thievery was getting up from the chair. I'm not feeling well and went to find a place to rest. Do you have any available rooms? How strange. Thievery looked just fine a second ago, but now he looks pale and weak. Let me think. I haven't cleaned the other rooms yet. Otherwise, I can offer you a space I have in the attic. Thievery walked to the stairs quickly, politely refusing to pick up Fern's offer. Thank you, but I'm a little queasy at the moment. My stomach's a bit too delicate for alcohol. Well, no need to waste such a fine ale. Fern started to surprise the hyena plucked the mug from his hand, without any hesitation and incredibly intended to. Hold on. You're a frayer, aren't you? Regasky also a pretender like Elegant. Don't bother with such a rigid rules. It's far noble to not waste the gifts granted by God. Well, how should I address you? Fern crossed out a whole line on the bill with his pencil and then added a few words. Seems like you don't go to church on weekends, or you know my name. I will go, but since I am the only one working this turn, I don't have much chance. Excuse me. With a slight frown, Turn turned back and quickly retreated into the kitchen. I suppose that he will stay there for a long time. But just remember, I have something important to do good. What else is more important than rescuing your soul, my child? Come now, stay. The moment I touched the stair railing, snapping in my hand, I smiled. The blink of the cross, which hung in the chest, was dusty. Well, so much for escape. What's your name? I believe I never seen your face before in my church. I'm not in this parish. That doesn't matter. Even though we are from different parishes. All of us are in the same family. I'm Father Herring. Nice to meet you. I stretched out 3 fingers and gingerly shook his hand. I'm Roman. Nice to. Sure, before I could get the word edgewise, I want to make a speech with the pause, gesturing towards me excitedly. Tell me, child, do you know where we will go after death? I'm sure you never think about that. But because but to settle your others, step one, ask a question and answer it yourself. He let go of my hand and quickly climbed the stairs. Theodore was standing in the corridor and staring blankly up the ceiling. There's some way. Here, leave it to me. I went ahead and untied the knot and step by step. The white watched me as I untied the string from the wooden handle and quietly beside me. Okay, I got it. Next step is just. I put the ropes down step by step. The ladder dropped slowly with a quick from. Finally, the ladder descended with me. So that's the trick. Thank you. It seems like you're familiar with this place. I'm a regular customer, so I know a few things about this place. The waiter caught hold of the handrail of the ladder and tried to best to climb with every step there. The spacing of the ladder's rank were suitable for someone like Starn's size, so it was a little large for him. Ugh. I was quickly pulling up the drawer and began to. My wallet was there, for my magnifying glass and their piece. The business case from the frames to the sun rays and had stored it there. My hand dipping down into the drawer. Let my feet touch a cold, hard object buried among the linen. Here it is. Tucked the case back down deep underneath my things and stuffed everything back in the drawer. I put a crystal lack of luck. The cheap, the cheap bastard Trussen must have thought nobody would bother to rob this case. Imagine that. Nothing was lost, but I know I didn't leave the drawer open. Think, who had access to my room after lunch? Only two can be. clearly herring. Herring chatted without stop in front of me since I got here. He may have made a bad impression, but it wasn't. But theory is not impossible for entering my room before I kill him. Herring managed to do everything all the time from downstairs, so he didn't have time to go straight. As for everyone else, I need to investigate. Locked the door and went downstairs. Well, what else would you like to order? Sena, thank you for your warm hospitality, good sir. Links would come into a swap of thick coat, casually dropped it, carrying arm. What are you doing, child? That's a coat rack. Turns looked disarmed. Look how took the coat from Karin's hand and quickly hung in front of the progressively more overworn coat. Karin let out an offended huff and then walked over to the fireplace and sat down there, the fur on his back raised and hacked. Then toward me and the floor, meeting me at the bottom of the stairs. Hello there, just come in, Vincent. He reached into the pocket of his fancy puffy sleeve top coat, produced something with a flower. It was a scroll about the size of a finger, smooth edged paper wrapped around the varnished tip. Oh, Roman, the detective that explain to Roman. I might take your contract details later. May I have some need for a well, if you want to, tuck this scroll into my pocket and wipe the sweat on my hand. Cover you with my address once you have settled. Get out of my way so Vincent was brought upstairs. Transon followed him with his father. People nowadays. Harry was muttered to himself as he turned to me. Will you say something about thorns on the road to confession earlier, father? You. Hearing words stuck with his throat at the sight of Thurston coming downstairs. Prepare dinner, feel to Thurston. Thurston. Lifted the curtain and went to the kitchen, leaving me and her in the room together alone. Quickly, Mother reaching for the easiest excuse to get away from the hyena, for he pounced. I'm going to leave the address for him. He can talk to her. Rushed to the stairs before he could open. Winston stood at the door of his room. Don't suppose it's a coincidence that your room is right next to mine, Mr. Vincent. Look to be staying on the suite at the end of the corridor. The rooms are all the same, my good wolf. It's not as if I have much in way of luggage. Stepped over the doorway and leaned on it, motioning me over with the constant smile span. Here you are, just right here. I set the sharpened wheel and shut down the others on my office. As I called it my office, it was just a part of the plot I read. If a client came without reservation, they'd be shocked by a casual atmosphere there. I don't always have time to our energy to fit in my stuff. It cost me more than one client's business. Tucked the paper into the pocket and where he took the scroll, then gave me a finger wave goodbye. Finally, I had something more like the scent of spice or fancy colonial. Maybe it was just my expecting of something more ostentatious. Hello, how are you doing? I saw the W. I'm enjoying this. I like to play some visual novels every so often. Anyway, welcome, Bella. I'm unsure. I don't know what I'm playing at this point. I don't know. I'm just reading. It had a few mystery parts. I like the mystery parts. Snowing heavily out here. King tightened the clock and dusted off his hands. You're bloody lucky it's a holiday, so I don't need to hurry going back. I'm going to stay here until the snow is lighter. Just think of it as being on a case with me. Bugger off. As if anyone would accompany you. I told you not to come when have my door locked at night. No need to be rude. You're the one to talk. You forgot to buy me a drink after the case. I helped you. Alright, okay, I'll treat you soon. What's your poison? Ale? Wine? Pour it instead. I'm gonna treat someone some ale. Yannis emerged from the door at the end of the corridor. Are you up to your guilt in coins? How can you pay for the corner suit? You only pay if you stay the night. That explains it. We both downstairs one by one. I told you not to come in the kitchen. I'm busy. Turns was leaning on the kitchen with a stern glare. My, Marcella, isn't the relation of the soul more? Last I checked, you can't be concerned with the redemption. Now stay up. Pretty sure you can't just command piety. I took this seat beside Karen. He scooted over and gave me some room. Maybe you should just take it easy for the night. I haven't done my endeavor if I haven't converted everyone. Everyone here is a pious believer. If it were true, you'd be the priest at Sunday service. I will, just as soon as a criminal stopped committing crimes on Sunday. Crime is merely a symptom of moral weakness. More people prayed. As I checked, Father Harry, praying doesn't solve everything. Indeed, for worldly matters, we must rely on the benefits of our worldly assistance. Unnoticed, Lieutenant had already came downstairs, claimed passing across the table with Harry. Even the most righteous may fall into inequity, and we need to casually mingle with those kept in esteem. Then perhaps you should worry more about your own righteousness? After all, you only risk further degeneration if you casually mingle with us here. You want those super to go along with a moral philosophy? Turns the laptop to balls of courage too. Um, I don't get it. I can feel spice in my nose. How? You have did you like I don't know put spice in your nose? Are you in like near an Indian restaurant? No idea. I am not getting it. You're talking about something and I'm not getting it. You have to explain it slower when you're saying stuff. Turn slapped two bowls of curry stew in front of me and herring. The soup sloshed from the bowl and landed on this table. Bon appetit. When he served the stew Vincel, we were excused by the hasty way of the hand, so he served the stew too elegant. Perhaps I've been a bit wow, like duh. I mean, takis are very, 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 very spicy. You like if you're not prepared for the heat, don't eat the. If you're not prepared for the heat, don't eat the thing. You're not the only one. Bon appetit. Do you really have to imitate him? It went to grow dark. Don't put in the windows to the door, and then after we will have all but one. Ansel crammed into the snatches of melody in the corner. Like every bar stuck in an inn by itself. Spice is clearly spicing if you can feel the spice in your nose. Like we have to stay overnight. Today it's time to change to a smaller room so I can save more money for ale. Maybe go without ale for the night. You know two places without ale, jail and hell. That's why I came to the tavern. Further place from both. Just took the seat at the bar and moved the crutch to the counter. It's okay. Kind of where every guest comes. Did a mug to Yanis across the counter. Drink up, but scratch my bar, and I'll take it out of your hide. Oh, hello? A muffled voice came from behind the door. Hello, is there anyone in there? Continual knocks came through the snow-buried door, keeping everyone attention. The snow was piled up high as my hip. Who will be knocking at this time of the year? Of the time of the night. Everyone kept silent. Dennis moved to the front of the candle to hide it. Please, our car is stuck in the snow. How many of you are there? Turned open the partition and fished himself out of behind the counter. He kept his left hand concealed in his coat. See, please, we have money. We just want somewhere we can pass the night. That's the only one. My master and mistress in the car. Come on in then. First pushes the door wider, allowing the thin figure staring inside with a dust of snow. Thank God, the wheels were stuck in the snow, and our horses panicked and broke in their third line. If we had seen the light, the turn, I don't know what we would have done. Thank me later, I'll rescue the other two. I give you a hug. Turning in took their coats and went out to the door. Is there any way I can warm myself? The goat patted the snow off his coat and shuffled over to the fireplace. I am surprised you made it this far with the way you were shivering. It's called for being near the capital. Ridiculous, by the way. My name is Sean. I'm Roman. Nice to meet you. I didn't feel comfortable shaking hands with someone from the start. Luckily, he's more focused on warming his hand by the fire. The door swung open heavily as Sean glided to the floor wrapped in a thick closing blanket. He left it by the fireplace parallel for them. Here you are. Drink it to warm yourself. Then he carried the luggage in and returned his overly tight coat back to the coat rack, which I then noticed was actually my coat. Jerk. I'll admit I thought my place would meet your usual standards. Any port in a storm. The same. Merci beaucoup. Just take it easy. I'll try to accommodate you as best as I can. May I know your name, please? Lunik. Marquis Lunik Carlock, and this is my wife, Solar. Greyfur's wolf emerged from the underneath the cloak. Snow clung to his messy but glossy fur, and his amber-orange eyes landed on me. I wonder if you remember me. Oh, certainly. You're the detective who resolved our crucial case of harassment. Roman. Oh yes, Roman. Pardon. It had slipped out of my memory. He turned back to take his wife's cloak before handing both to his servant, though. Sean. Sean caught the two clothes and stood aside like a living cold rat. I guess Noel has short memory. The room is ready. It's not exactly a suite in the capital, but it's clean and tidy. Someone mentioned that they might have seen double streets at the end of the corridor. Thank you. I simply must go to this school, Sean. I think the glue on my heels came loose from the snowman. Charles walked ahead with a suitcase in his hand and candle held by his tail. Marquis and the Marquis followed him out. Ken watched them go upstairs from his seat at the counter, fiddling with his pen. His skin pendant had never been part of him. The color and scratches on it meant it wouldn't hurt to work much. Turned him back downstairs. Is there anyone who doesn't have a room? Like me? Oh, forgive me, father. Well, we have a nice big room left over for Marquis' servant. Her response so intense it was almost audible. As I'm sure you know, the words of God must kept away from worldly pleasure which weakens them. That includes staying overnight in the inn's big suit. I suppose that's indeed the case. So I think it's alright. Winston and Thrively came downstairs one after another. Two, three, Thrively walked straight to the counter, took a seat beside Ken and me, Anis, and started reading a book like he was in his own little world. Frequent noticed Ken had plucked the pendant of his neck and scrolled upstairs. The pendant swung about, string of twin between his index finger and thumb. I do say, it wasn't much lively company. You don't just like a packed house, I say. You don't care for a game? Karen took the length of a blue flannel from a counter and spread it on the table. If you have any objections to gamble, you can go upstairs and play by yourself. Sean stood there with a table looking longingly at the flannel before clearing his throat. I must admit to my master and mistress, good evening. Are you just going to talk or are you going to join us? Oh yes, I'm coming. So that makes it card table. First, Sarncy pull out the four cards and put them in line. Let's have a simple game to warm up. What about the guess in the suit? No problem. Pick out the four cards with different names: Blade, Chalice, and Garen. Understand? Let's start. Alright. How would I know? Fuck. Very concentrated attention to watching the gambling, even if I couldn't tell if it was watching pictures just to enjoy. Let me refill my wallet, then it's time for a show run. Nothing to lick your wand, detective. Not all you want, like us. For luck, Sam was at the stairs. He raised her veil and looked at me. What do you want? It's not important. I got a card waiting for me. It is, and it's an important one. I stepped back to the wall and backed away from the door of her room and opened the door. Is the mysterious act necessary? Very necessary. Shut the door behind me. Well, are you still wearing a bell? What? Never mind. It's a war. Before she could speak a whole sentence, bang! The crushing sound, bang! The second one, bang! The third one echoed in the dark with a hoarse roar. What on earth? Don't worry, I guess it's just Kane losing his temper. Hey, Scooty, how are you doing? He'll come down soon. Then go cry and blame himself all night. Anyway, you were saying something? Thought it was a bit that simple. We should check to make sure. Whatever you had to say seemed pretty important. Don't let me die of curiosity, please. Well, in a word, a deep sound. Sound was different from last. It was like something he felt okay. That probably weighed as much as a person. What happened? Slammed the door open, bouncing it off as the wall as Legan pulled out. Sound had come from the opposite side of the hall, Kane's room. I tried the door knob, but it was locked. I thumped bashed with all my strength, but the door was wouldn't budge. Strong ran to the double door in a hurry, handkerchief in one hand. What happened? I think something happened to Kane in his room, but the door locked and we can get in. Locked? Someone rushing from the stair where he heard that trying to push through the rest of the crowded guest section. We can't wait. He bucked up, bent his head down, and rushed down the stair with his horn. My vision went black. There was still the sound of choppy breath and sobs slowly rattling through my ears. Screams slid through the still air and echoed in my ears. Oh, fuck! Oh, that's actually far more brutal than I expected, to be honest. Far more brutal and as like faster. A wooden cup and a copper candlestick were stretched on the ground. A dull red liquid like vicious wine pulled down the back of the chair and pulled the ground. The air was thick with coppery metallic smell. King was slapping the chair like he was asleep. He ignored the knife he was thrusting to his chest. A pattern of raging gold bloomed lines the knife angle, and further of red spread out across his body. King's body shuddered involuntarily as his last trace of life fled his corpse. Nobody moved. It felt like the work had slowly slowed to a crawl, like witnessed a terrible accident, and you wouldn't do anything to stop. I thought that by now I have seen enough death to tarnish not to be shaken by one more beastly murder scene. I left one of myself staring at Kane's slowly sticking corpse. The familiar odor of Kane musk mixed with the metal smell of blood and the reek of death caught in my throat. Someone do something. Someone tried to burst into the room, but was stopped by Ansox and Sean clinging his side. Why in my turn of all places? Who did it? Which one of you did it? Terrence rolled as he shook, Ansox and Sean off. His lips pulled back to the show fangs and his shoulders hunched. His wings began to spread angrily, trying to free themselves from the straps he held them together. The friendly innkeeper persona dropped away. In his place was an enraged dragon out of some barge tale, furious that someone had dared to defile his lair. He levels his glare at me. Get a hold of yourself. I'm crushed at the king's death, but I don't know who did it. Then find out. I do everything I can. Thank you. It's very important for me. Turn slowly recovered his composure, his fangs hidden back under his lip, and his posture relaxed. Expect all guests will cooperate with Roman investigation in order to resolve this as soon as possible. He just me the ring of keys, turned around and slowly walked downstairs, his footsteps heavy on the stairs. Remember there was also another set of keys in the attic. I should have looked at later. But then time to get to work. If you wish that I can help you checking the corpse, if you don't want to face him so soon, that is. I appreciate it. I'll admit I usually only treat living patients, but given the situation we now face, that's fine. I'll work while you investigate elsewhere. Return to after you finish. That, if this kid turns back and tightens his medical gloves before going to work, where is this then? The attic? That's Steve's book. The cover has the image of a dragon and some silver threads of white confirmed. This is medical supply box. It's not heavily winter has its own value. There must be the keys with stars hung in the bedside. There's an empty room available. The three keys will be hanging there. There was locked. Were there any problems with the keys? Go through them one by one. The shapes are basically the same. It's like they were made in the same workshop. Hamden. Okay. I just want to ask you what you were doing with when the cane incident happened. Me, I was watching them playing cards. Right. Who is the culprit? I also was lost in thought. I was thinking if someone used the spare key. No way. Why are you so sure? The keys are all on the key holder. They look exactly the same. I would imagine only turns but discern the difference between them. Even if the murder had all the time in the world, I wouldn't know which key they took. And countertop. Do anything important here? I don't know. I know everything is all right now, but we need to find the killer. No, no, not me. I didn't kill him. No, we just want to ask you a few questions. Really? Really? I just need to tell me what you were doing at the time. He patted his back until he calmed down. I was downstairs playing cards with Starnes and the others. When we went upstairs, we restarted around, and this time we changed to a new game. I was having good luck with my cards and throughout when it was Karin's turn to play, Karin, he took your place after you left. Though he wouldn't join in, what happened to the timing of the incident? Well, I heard some kind of sound, like things were getting smashed. For a bit, the sound stopped. I guess either Kane was losing his temper or you were looking for something, so I didn't pay much attention. During the second run, I heard a very loud noise sound. Then there was also the weird ball ringing noise I couldn't identify. Okay, thanks for the tip. Okay. And I'd like to talk with you. First, there's the Rex sound in private. Barely since. I want to know what were you doing at the time where Kane was killed? Hold on, you don't think I'm the one who? Don't worry, I'm asking everyone the same question. I was playing cards with Tail, nothing else to say. I didn't realize something was happening until everyone was start running. So as soon as I looked up for my card. Immortal Kingwood, thanks for your time. He was free to play cards, complaining about draws, the usual. Drunk of his ass and muttered that he wanted to be a chef for nobility, but didn't have a chance. That's all? Me and him would meet and get drunk a lot, and I know about found a new job a few days ago. Couldn't even have committed to it. I know he could. Ian put his hand on my shoulder and said, "Please, Roman, find the bastard who did this." Kitchen. A kitchen knife stuck with the chopping board. Okay, your whereabouts. Just, I just want to ask you where you when you didn't happen. What I need to answer to? Standard procedure. Everyone does. When I was playing cards at the time, then I heard a nose. Okay, turns out that it wasn't what I expected. About you. You man answer us something about this tavern. Anything if you can help catch the murder. I want to know how many sets of key you have for the place. Everyone there located. Two. One set is for the guest if the room is empty. I handle it by my bedside dad. The other set is carried with you. Ugh, impossible. I went upstairs to look my stuff. Uh, well, I should say. You know, I'll wait and ship. Yeah, I know it's not fake. It's possible to leave the room. By the way, I don't know whether it can help you or not, but there's one other thing. One look, every lock and key set was custom made for the tavern. Try opening any other door with your own key. You find it won't go in. Why? There's a key that looks very similar, but the angles and shape of it have tiny, almost noticeable differences. So stick with the wrong lock. I don't know if the negligence or not support the lock. Ugh. I just want to ask you where you were when this happened. I was standing in front of you. I see. Elegant, well made, mostly unremarkable. May I have a look in your drawer? Uh, there's there's a notebook in the drawer with her name. Like, her and she's with the truck. I'm not about to start your investigation. The notebook, a few familiar names were written on the paper. Kane, Yanis, Sarns, and were crossed out. Ugh. Okay. This Kane. No. Kane. Your whereabouts. I just want to ask you where were you when Kane's incident happened? I was watching the other playing card. Everyone had to fight that. I see. What card? True to what per se, it seems like you didn't wear a watch. What? I started another round after I went upstairs. You took my place to join with them. I just thought the game couldn't go on and decided to help. Really, how avant-garde of you, father. Nevertheless, I was upstairs at the time. Embarrassing, the way they lie. What the matter? Just some routine question. I need you to answer honestly. Where were you in the incident occurred and what were you doing? Reading the book downstairs at the bar. Both was answered at the same time. Storage is coming along. I'm not quite finished yet. Please wait a bit more. I forgot to talk with the noble. I just want to ask you what were you doing when the incident happened? For me, following for protocol. Ron and I were in this room together. Ron was in my room when the incident happened. I rang the bell to call him in. The bell sounded like outside. It's enough to eliminate the suspect. Thank you very much. I think we are done here. I won't disturb you any further. So go ahead. This handle must be okay. A butler. A butler. Oh, I just want to ask you what were you doing when Kane incident happened? Well, I was upstairs in my master and mistress room. I rang the bell to call me upstairs, so I was going to enter the room. There are lots of sounds before I enter. My duty to the marquis is more important than satisfying my curiosity. This is not stand up. My that went to keep the marquis and marquis and marquis who are willing to prove my innocence. But thank you for your testimony. Ugh. They belong to my master and mistress. I keep them here so they don't. Okay. I'm curious. Why would you chose to crash the door like that? I'm a ram. I'm used to spotting something when I'm faced with a barrier. After all, what happens just now, maybe it could have been saved. Just after coming from the room and seeing what's going on, I'm calling. Like the speak. Oh, it's ready. Well, now that you talk about drinking, I think I will drink a bit. Water juice. Not really. Okay. For someone knocks the drinking cups to the ground. The window was closed. The wall was also closed. You can push it, but after look back, there's a few plastics. was it wasn't different when I started back to the box. Let's go for the car. It was coming on. There was an inactive panic. Well, it was also in his pocket. He answered before to any life or energy. His face was frozen in a look of shock at the moment he died. It has been done for about 30 minutes. The dog was, which had an excellent decorative pattern carved into the shell, was found stabbed deep in the chest. The dagger's expensive. The edge of the dagger is really sharp. Its once appears to be diamond shaped, even with coagulated blood. The apron and the other clothes were bloody as well. There's everywhere else. Let's focus on the crime scene for now. What remains? Very well. The victim is Ken, male oxen, nearly 30 years old. He was found in his room 30 minutes ago. The time of death was close to the time of the discovery. He was found in a sitting position in a chair in a room where he died. The left hand hung naturally, the right hand resting on the hilt of the dagger. The way his body was found. So the death wasn't instant. There was a beige leather apron and a white linen top carried by the dagger. Blood from the wound separated the cloth. The victim was also wearing a pendant. There's an open wound on the left portion of his chest. The shape of the wound is nearly that of the dagger. The depth is about the handspan wound, probably limped. That's okay. Fine. I took a deep breath and tried to sniff out the murderer. Although it doesn't work all the time, it saves me a lot of trouble. The scent of blood is too strong, and I connect the scent with anyone. Must as well pay more attention to the scent. Close my eyes and breathe in and out with my nose. Different races and different things smell different. When they interact with each other, they leave their nooks and to each other. If I close my eyes and think carefully, I can locate the position of every other resonates in the scene. The more similar interact methods placed in time are, more similar the scent is. The method locks smells a metallic smell, but something doesn't feel right. Wait, it doesn't smell like murder scene. It smells of odor of iron and cane. Alcohol on the candlestick. There are blood and death coming from cane. Here is setting the stage. Similar smell. You know, I don't want to write I guess I have to do the sleep test. Not there. Oh, wait. There's such thing with similar smell. Walk, dagger, cane. They ask me. He was stuck in the log of the insect, and it should smell the same as the log. So why can't I smell it? Okay, we're sniffing about. We're gonna sniff a bit. Well, actually, no, I already sniffed. After the first search, I asked everyone to come to the hall for a trial. So everyone here, it's time for infamous Prowler scene. Only hope the murderer is so easy to point out. Well, everyone is one of us. Surely they will try to extract from us. What I want, what I want exactly. The more murder tries to whitewash the fence, the simpler my shop becomes. This case is suicide or a homicide. Never seen him with a dagger like that. Usually borrows a knife or a cut carrot. This knife doesn't belong to Kane, but to ask a question which no one's going to answer. Whose dagger is this? Or the better question being, who just happened to lose a fancy dagger recently? Looking around, everyone was avoiding my eyes, trying to not look directly at me. The only advantage of being a detective is that everyone will think you have the ability to spotlight at a glance. But if they don't talk, you can just make them speak. Well, at least we can be sure that this dagger is insane. Next, our second mystery, the lock. I pushed the handle forcefully at the time and it didn't move. The door couldn't be opened. Could the door lock be jammed? Why would it be? I checked whether the handle and the lock worked when I really expected. The door was really locked when the incident happened. Right, until Sean crashes the door. Fortunately, the lock's still in good condition. I'll fix everything after all this is over. He didn't really lock the door and commit suicide. I can't believe it. The dagger started to flame. Maybe they kept the dagger hidden and didn't let anyone know they had it. That's not true. There's another problem with the lock. Hmm. From which side is the door locked? I'd like to confirm one thing. Spit it out. The door could be locked from both sides, correct? Sure. Here we assumed the most obvious possibility, but the door was not locked from the inside. It was locked from the outside. Wait a moment, there's something strange. What? After opening the door, Sean and I were standing by the door. Sean suggested that we should have a look at the scene so as to give a better testimony. So we checked the lock one by one, and the key wasn't the lock inside the room. Right, I saw that too. But it's been a while since the door opened. During the chaos, something could have happened, such as the murderer moving the key from the outside to the inside. So what's beside the bed when it opened? Why didn't you tell me earlier? I thought you already knew. Ask me next time. Fine. The door is locked from the inside, but something smells fishy. The door was shut. The keyhole was sticky. Then he was inside his room. So weird. Why there's something like glue in the lock? Maybe it's due from the lunch. It was sabotaged somehow. So we didn't know the method. We can assume that the door was locked from the inside from now. But we can exclude the idea that the culprit locked the door from the inside, but then escaped the room by some method. Besides Kane, he didn't have any reason to kill himself. He told me he found a new job this afternoon. He even said to me that he will be managing his own restaurant after he saved up enough money. So he didn't have the state of mind to consider suicide. You don't just commit suicide on Christmas. That's maybe a stretch. Thurs- Thusly, the possibility of a suicide is infinitesimal. You cannot deny the possibility of homicide now. It's better to say that it's actually a homicide. Now, we're going to narrow out the secret of Sorcerer. But first, we can exclude all the people downstairs. So, uh, too fishy. Probably fishier than you think. Real homo, I'm fishy. You're distracting the other with nonsense. Uh, okay. Isn't it? Um, oh, here we go. Roman references they are Saturn, Karin, and Sox, Yani, Theory, Hydrambian. 740. And Sean, Marquis Lunik, Marcus Soler, Roman, and myself were upstairs. Pardon more. But Solar, Sean, and I were in my room. Couldn't we get a clue? The prince that Elegant and I were in the room face to face. According to nobody is suspicious of that. I'm sorry for my inappropriate Marcus Carlock. Decevon, I can feel your enthusiasm for investigation. For the time being, we just regard everyone upstairs as suspects. These are Elegant, Marcus Couple, Sean, and me. Um, I want to hear Sean's testimony first. Where should I begin? When I was first went upstairs, because the Marcus called for me, I went upstairs. Generally speaking, it was about time for the Marcus medicine to help me sleep. I heard a loud noise as I was passing through the screw, so to prepare the medicine, I went out to see what was going on. Then I finally found all crawling around the locked door, so I knocked it open. How did they call you up? I went upstairs and I heard the bell ring. Oh, fuck. I was disconnected for a moment. I got disconnected for a moment. One drop of lavender citrus added with water or wine. It was prescribed by my personal physician. It's like a pretty mild medicine. It was just light nervous tension, not supposed to be potent. What noise? It's like the sound of heavy objects crashing on the ground. What? Locked door. How do you know the door was locked? Because you were drunk and pulled the handle and I assumed it was might be lost. This is the thing you mentioned in your testimony. Okay. I heard the sound of Marcus ringing his bell, then went upstairs. Generally speaking, I prefer Marcus sleeping medicine. It's a mix of lavender, citrus oil, and wind. Uh, the Marquis doctor told me to add 2 drops of oil into the water of wine to give Marquis a drink. I heard something like an object crashing into the ground, so I went and had a look. And they found you all crawling around the locked door, so I crashed it. But I think there's something strange in your. Okay, let's check. Ah, my eyes are a bit sleepy. that you went upstairs before hearing the ring, then heard the loud noise? Yes, there ain't a problem. Please recall the testimony. You mentioned you heard several small noises, a loud noise, and then a ring. Whose memory is wrong, yours or Peter's? Or one of you's lying? In any fact, I don't hear the ring. Around this time, I usually start making the medicine. Really, I just mixing 2 drops of stuff together. Anyway, I went upstairs before hearing the bell, and I was fixing the medicine anyway. After hearing the loud noise, I went out and heard the bell. So I went to Marcus' room to put down the medicine and went out again. Come on. About 2 years ago, my master takes it all at the same time. Thank you. It's my duty to cooperate with your investigation after such determination. We were in my room the entire time, pajamas on, sitting on the bed. We were prepared to retire for the evening, so I rang the bell to call John. I heard something scream, but I couldn't identify through the door. When Sean ran out hurriedly after he pushed the medicine down, I realized something had happened. Usually, he waits silently to finish the medicine. Then, after that, I cleaned my gun, blowing the candle away. Huh. Wow. Fuck me. I think I can't continue, man. I'm as much as I want. How much did I stream? 2 hours, man. I'm streaming a lot less than usual. But I can't stream if I'm like fucking dying of like this. Um, could try streaming tomorrow. Right now, I can't continue. Very sad to continue with Frank, but I got to admit that this is an actually very well made game. I was expecting like a lot less, to be honest. But so far, it's been very good. Um, I think. I wasn't actually like expecting to really give it that much of a try. Still. Let's continue. Okay, let's continue. Right. I don't mean to offend, but things close pretty suspicious here. We're burnt for rare. We also changed back to our earlier goals. As you can see, we're quite in macro. Sorry, I may have the overthought. But this Sean coming. I don't trust you. I just want to cover all the. I don't distrust you. I just want to cover all the bases. How long did it take for Sean to arrive after ringing the bell? Yes, prompt, reliable, and support. Okay. Could you please tell me about the no, what you heard? I'm not sure. It sounded more too muffled. Okay. Can you remember the sound that occurred before or after you rang the bell? I remember clearly. What about you, Manshari? It seems like there's such a cloud with my memory. I don't recall. Let's make testify again. We were in our room. Their time. We were changing our pajamas and turned to our formal dress clean without any blood. When it was time, I needed to sleep. I rang the bell, called Sean, came 30 seconds. I heard a muffled sound, but cannot remember if it was before I rang the bell or after. When she ran out tired, sitting down, I realized something had happened. Usually he waits until I drink, but he leaves. This one. We need to pray well before we it's not that. Maybe because no one's there, so I like to hear your opinion. It's a good serve, loyal, reliable, responsible. It's like this, okay? What are you doing at the I came in, I shut the door and inquired if you were worrying about. That should be the Marquis bell, right? Right. I should. That should be the Marquis bell ring. There was a crashing sound and a loud noise, after which you opened the door forcibly and ran out. I followed you and I saw you trying to open the door painfully. Before I went upstairs, and you found out you were in your room there time was correct. Well, that was correct. There always was okay. Uncle, can you sure you heard the bell ringing? I don't remember hearing it myself. But you were distracted by the sound of the door closed. But here is also much better than yours. The order of noises. As you wish. The first was a ringing bell, then our conversation, then the sound of crashing followed by the loud sound. Something weird. What else with our name? As soon as it sounded cannot display its purpose. I reproved my behavior before you went upstairs, but I was standing in front of you at the time. The ringing sound should have occurred when I shut the door, so I moved. Then, in sequence, there was a ringing, then the smashing sound, after which you opened the door forcibly and ran out. I followed you and saw you trying to open the door. The book of I'm really confused to know if you were in a boat. At some point, yes, I was expecting you to well. I don't know. Whether we could observe. No, what does it say? Okay. I cannot remember here before you went upstairs, but it was standing in front of you at the time. The ringing should have occurred when I was shut the door, so you missed it. Then in sequence there was the ringing, then the smashing, in which you opened the door forcefully and ran out. Wait a minute. Thing is, there should be someone that says that. Yeah. Same question. A mystery game, Muse. Peter, Sean, and you all heard the same the ring and small noises, but everyone's testimony about the order of sound are different. Peter heard the small noise first, then the bump, and then the ring. You heard the ring first, the small noise, and then the loud noise. Yes, it's clearly furry. Sean only heard the loud noise, the ring. Who's lying? Nobody lied. Nobody lied. Yeah, HR, my beloved. Then, it's suicide, isn't it? Nobody lied about nobody, but nobody could describe the whole thing. What if there was more than one ring? So I didn't hear anything stupid. For example, the first is a ringing, there's the crushing, followed by, followed by the loud bang. And there was a ringing again. I had them at the start, but people were asking me if I was a furry. Oh, in this way, the sequence that three people heard were to be correct. Oh, but why we didn't hear the last ring? The numbers of bell ring is the key to solving the case. Yes, but why would the Marquis need to ring the bell again? Unless his faithful sword didn't answer when the first bell rang. Well, I didn't want to say that because it would make the Marquis suspicious. But you have the thought of this stage, I have to explain. I'm like this, like slowly getting through the third Ace Attorney game. Well, there's 8, 9 at least. So you have time, don't worry. In fact, I got 2 rings. The first time I entered to prepare the medicine. The second time I didn't understand, but still came in. Before I had the chance to ask the reason, I heard a loud sound from outside. By the way, when I first answered the bell, I only saw Marquis sitting on the bed with our Marquis Carlos present. Handbells, handbell rang twice. So you heard 2 ringings and came in the room twice. Second entry. Could you please tell me the exact situation when you entered the second time? I opened the door and saw Master Lunik and Mr. Solar sitting together. He was breathing heavily and he was sweating a great deal. Okay. Didn't saw the Marquis. You didn't see the Marquis the first time? No, no. Only the Marquis. You're sure that he wasn't just hiding in the corner or someplace you didn't notice? I'm sure. This is what you mentioned. Okay, let's see what he means. In fact, I heard 2 ringing sound. I answered twice. Heard the medicine the first, but the Marquis wasn't in the room. The second time, I found the Marquis in the room, breathing heavily and speaking composedly. Before I had a chance to ask the reason, I heard a loud sound from the outside. Hold on. Sean! Please calm down, don't hurt the witness. As I stepped between Sean and Lunik, Sean seized the opportunity to retreat. Monsieur Detective, I order you to step aside. This is a personal matter. But, which book should I quote to stop Lunik? Helios Code. The Helios Code stipulates someone may not profess opinion that slander them in the master position. Then you understand my anger. It says when providing testimony to a felony crime such as murder. Bâtard be... Okay, he's speaking French. But Bâtard bégaiement Belier. Uh, give me a second. I need to know how this is pronounced. Anyway, how are you doing, Muse? Thank you for coming. I was a bit alone and sleepy. It happens to me when I'm a bit alone. How do I? No. Car man year. Uh, what? Well, if you don't want to tell me, it's okay. But you can tell me. Well, what's your revelation? Ah,
Bâtard bélier bègue.
but but you that means bust stupid. Oh, sure, no problem then. You don't have to reveal anything. What he's saying here is stupid or more like a stuttering ram bastard. He's insulting the ram. After he's finished, tell me that he's fired immediately, and that I will see to it that he never works for another noble again. If you're the murderer, you should probably consider firing all your servants. You're going to need the money sooner than you think. You think he's lying, you can choose to tell the truth. Very well, I shall do as you ask. I'm listening. The first murderer is a Frenchman. Indeed, I rang the bell twice. I did not say so earlier because I didn't want my servant to become a suspect. Consider I recompensed for 10 years of loyal service. But now that he has betrayed me, I will expose his lies sans pity. Without shame. No, without pity. Without mercy. There you go. He didn't come at all when I rang the bell the first time. He came in after I rang the bell a second time. That is not easy. I must press harder. Asking why. Didn't want Sean to get suspected? Why did you lie the first time? Say I did not wish my servant to become a suspect. He's arrested. Who will serve me? But, oi. I know I was wrong. Please continue your asking. His loyalty. Why do you think Sean betrayed you? His testimony doesn't have any truth or slander in my good name. Do you have any method to expose his lies? Are not my words enough? If I accept that. Didn't show up the first time. You didn't show up your first time. Why else would I need to ring it again? Maybe you're influenced by my speculation. None. Is your last testimony true? Absolutely. Without an explanation because of personal emotion, I swear it upon my tongue. As you wish. This is fair. Okay, let's see what he said. Indeed, I rang the bell twice. I did not say it earlier because I didn't want my servant to become a suspect, but now I know I was wrong. But I didn't think about too much at the time. I consider a recompense for 10 years of loyal service. Testimony is absolutely a lie. I swear it upon my title. When I first rang the bell, he didn't come, so I rang again. He came in after I rang the bell at the second time, after a while. You think? Let me check. Well, the thing is, give me a second. Oh no. That should be slightly better. Do you hear me better with this way? The thing is that I lower the. Yeah, I guess it was that. It wasn't my sound gate. It was just I don't remember why I made my microphone have like a lot of less like it sounded a lot less. It was the volume of my microphone. I have no idea. But both of them were pretty weak. Even if I asked Solar to testify as Lunic's wife, her testimony will be a suspect at best. Probably should ask if there's anything at the scene that can contradict them. Well, we haven't discussed any problem with the lock yet, either. Now that the subjects are narrowed down again, I think I found a common point. Do you remember the moment that Marquis first arrived at the tavern? Ah yeah, I nearly forgot the melted snow had damaged the wheel of my shoe. I have a booming noise, a booming voice. I thought my voice is nice, my voice is nice. I get killed, I got been killed. I guess we thought of something. What do you think? Which evidence is related to the memory? I'm just a tiny boy. I'm a tiny boy. Well, we haven't discussed the problem of the lock yet. But the subjects are narrowed down. Do you remember the moment the Marquis first arrived at the tavern? I nearly forgot. The melted snow had damaged the heel of my shoe. I guess we thought of something. What do you think? Okay.
Sniffing out the more similar the location or the more similar the scent is, there's more to sniff out the more. The lock and dagger smell alike. So do the cup and the castle. He smell different from the lock. Okay, that doesn't matter. I'm a full chungus. Sorry. I nearly forgot. Sorted. I nearly forgot. The melted snow had damaged the heel of my shoe. It's too fishy. Far less pressure than you think. For real. Yep. What is it? Well, this is of course not. I'm lost. The lock. Okay, I guess that was it. Because we thought of something. Which part of the lock? Kane's door was shut. The keyhole was sticky. Kane was inside his room. No, actually the keyhole was sticky. Why? Remember is right, the Marquis had an order Sean to reglue the heels of his shoe. Oh, I remember that. Not that he's mentioning it. I kinda remember that thing. So the stickiness is glue. I thought it was cum. I'm kidding. And I wouldn't be surprised if this game has that. Anyway, the capital high-end shoemaker usually makes shoes with a specific type of glue. Although the glue is easy to dissolve with cold water, the shoemakers still use it over anything else. Probably because no noble lady would be walking in water, but mostly because the glue had no odor to it. And it wished that Sean carried a jar of the stuff in case of an emergency. Oui, he does. The glue would explain why the door was stuck for no reason. Only a detective with your level of talent would find the connection between such things. That does include your nose, by the way. Which evidence can connect the glue, the lock, and the key? The glue, the lock, and the key. The glue. That's it. This one. Oh! The door wasn't locked. It's genius. I didn't realize when I pressed it, but once I pressed it and I realized it was correct, the door wasn't locked. It was glued together, and that's why Sean opened the door with like a headbutt to hide that it wasn't locked. It was like stick together. Isn't it obvious? Obviously wrong. Oh no. Then no, I'm stupid. No. No, the absolute cinema has been lost. Oh, this... Well, the smell of can be used as 7, but it does give me an idea. The smell of the door lock and the key at the scene weren't the same. Now that I think about it, it means... the key was plugged in after that. For key, the Bard and Sean have been seen the key was stuck in the lock when we came in. They're not the same one. Impossible. What went wrong? Have you forgotten the key cannot be plugged into others' rooms' locks? Every key is handmade by a good blacksmith. They look similar, but cannot be inserted into the wrong locks. I know that, but you don't have to insert it. The only thing that matters is it looks like it's inserted in. Looks like? I didn't see the key stuck in the lock. If you break the key in half, then stick the shaft in the lock with glue, then it wouldn't matter if it fit or not. Well, guess. The glue could be torn off? Machery? Yes, but it would be quite difficult. If that's so, then I can tell who the murderer is with this. With just one thing you can prove yourself innocent. Show me the key. No, demonstrate the key, setting up the key. That's true. Okay, and then obviously show the key. It's my pleasure. I'll have done it much sooner. Indeed. Well, take your key and open the door one by one. Ladies first, mademoiselle. My pleasure, Marquise Harlock. Ellen took her key and opened the door without hesitation. The key slid into the lock, turned, and the door opened. She always so calm and certain. I dare say she was the murderer, she'd be a terrifying culprit to face. Next, Marquis Harlock. If this can prove my innocence. Lunik took out his key and approached the door. Through his hand trembled slightly. The key missed the hole once, twice, and it could see a sweat beginning into the fur. After several attempts, the wife stepped over to him, whispered something to him, and guided his hand. This time the key slipped easily into the keyhole and turned into click, and the Lunik shoulder slumped in relief. Now the result is clear. Sean, it's your... We have all opened our doors, and now it's only Sean's left. It must be him. So 3 keys work on their respective doors. It's Sean's that romance he cannot stand. In other words, we will have to start over from the beginning. Not foolish to jump to conclusions to... As you say. So let's begin. He reached to his bag and froze. My key is missing. Maybe you should empty it for make sure. I don't think that we'll empty the bag. No. Lunik snatched the bag from Sean and dumped the content on the ground. A dozen copper coin, a silver coin, half a key covered with glue, and a piece of blue crystal fell to the carpet. Sean staggered back against the wall, clutching his vest tightly with both hands and looked around with wide eyes. I had already guessed earlier. But what about the loud noises? Those had to be Kane's falling body. If I were the murderer, I would have been killed him and prepared the medicine. The bell rang just before the noise of his collapse. I couldn't have done them to... No. Lunik just testified that you didn't come on time when he rang the bell. It was a few seconds late. A few seconds couldn't buy me enough time to complete the tricks you made up, right? Tricks. Indeed, you were clever. What? For example, the loud noise. Not the sound of Kane fall. What could it be? Such noise must be the noise of a body falling down. I have 2 pieces of evidence to prove that the voice was not caused by Kane's fall. First, the voice, the sound. That's a mistranslation. Which evidence would you prove that the loud noise wasn't caused by Kane's body? Kane's corpse in his room. Corpse was on a chair. Well, first things first. He fell into the chair. Even if you collapse back on the support at all, most of the impact will be cushioned by the chair. If he fell back like that, there wouldn't have been nearly enough noise. The sound of he actually falling onto the ground was caused by something else. The second piece of evidence that I want to present is the candle. The cup on the candle in Kane's room. You honestly believe that the item would make such a noise? No. The luggage. The luggage is heavy enough and it would weigh as much as K. I mean, they are both extremely heavy. Throwing them around would make that load. So you killed K, then went to your own room, threw the suitcase and rushed into Marquis' room. If you made a noise in your room, you could easily reach Marquis in the time without arousing suspicion. Don't be ridiculous. Why would I kill someone I don't even know? Well, get to that. And now we start with this. Weapon. This is pretty clear. The dagger. The dagger, of course. The murderer didn't cover this up. Let's go gambling! Yes. Here's how these things played out. The other stole Tarn's key. No. The suspect locked the door from outside. Like this. The suspect burst Kane's door open. Oh, like this. I got everything wrong. I believe this one is the one incorrect. No. This one. Okay. The suspect made a loud noise in his room. So this is the middle one. Suspect rushed into the room. The suspect locked the room from the outside. Something like this. What does it say? All of the criminal confusion and action in this case, no matter before or after the law, some can be matched. Huh, okay. Okay. So, he locked the door from the outside. He made this. Then... Ah, fuck. These two are the correct ones. It's a bit harder than I thought. The suspect replaced the key with Kane. Oh, there's already telling me the answer. Three, 5, 6, 2, 4. Yeah, they got bored. 3, 5, 6, 2, 4. The suspect blew half of the key to the door. The suspect locked the door outside. The suspect made a loud noise. The suspect burst Kane's door open. Ah, that's where it was. And the suspect replaced the key with Kane's. I think the double the murder is... Sean, I guess. And the motive. I thought on the night that he had met Kane before, one thing caught my attention. There's a blue crystal in Sean's bag, which looks just like Kane's pendant. Kane had worn the pendant for as long as I have known him. Maybe you two are old friends? No need to answer that. I think I know why you killed him. Why do you say that? Two old friends reunited after many young years of separation, but instead of a happy reunion, all you got was rage. Let me guess, it's all about betrayal. What are you talking about? For example, you promised that you would recommend Kane to the Marquis when you got the chance. Then he would finally achieve his dream of becoming a cook for the nobility. But it seems that you didn't keep your promise, because you didn't think you'd ever see him again. Actually, if it weren't for the snowstorm, you probably would never cross paths. You committed the crime when Kane lost his temper. Let's begin. Case playbook. Kane went upstairs. That's a very JoJo thing. Kane went upstairs after dinner, and you followed him soon after. One of Kane's actions confused me at the time. Touching the spinning the necklace. He had pulled off his neck and started letting it hang from his hand. I'm guessing I think Kane was sending a signal to someone. I recognize you. You noticed the signal and followed him upstairs. You were talking in his room, and then the ring from the bell from Lunic's room happened. That was the first bell ring. He mentioned that you betrayed and knocked over the mug and candlestick. That's the crashing sound we heard. You felt enraged when Kane faced you, so you decided to strike first with a dagger. He collapsed into a chair without any noise. You took Kane's key, then broke your own key and stuck it in the lock with some glue you used to fix your Solar's shoes. You didn't pull out the dagger because you feared the blood would get on your clothes. After all, you only needed to deny that the dagger was yours. Then you went, locked the door from the other side, returned to your room, and made the noise by tossing the suitcase. The Marquis noticed you hadn't arrived and rang the bell for a second time. You entered you to serve just in time. After that, you pretended to be surprised and ran out. You smacked the door open. Then exchange the key you had stuck in the door with Kane's key. This is how it happened. Just admit it, Sean. You cannot escape my logic. Fine. I did it. Sean transverse pupils looked straight at me, and I couldn't see any emotions in his eye. Whether it was sadness, fear, or despair, I couldn't tell. I didn't expect that either. I was just scared. His appearance, panting, looming over me with those red eyes, looked like he was going to... Sean's hands were shaking, grasping his lips tightly. But you're the one who struck the first and deadliest blow. According to Helios Code, whoever murders another person shall be hanged without special justification. Sure, but your skill is too weak to control your punishment. I really don't want to be hanged. Is there any option for me? I can't say no. And if we wanted to exercise your right under the Helios Code... In fact, we're going to apply the Helios Code. Even if we... In the event that this case cannot be immediately brought to trial, as long as there's a qualified detective present, adjustment may be pronounced under detective discretion. Even if... You will not escape judgment except you. Tarzan, let me finish. As I was trying to say, according to the code, you have 10 minutes to make your peace. If you don't want to be hanged, do something. Like confession? Depending on the definition of confession. Alright. Sean set his handkerchief on the chair, back, bowed his head, and meekly followed Sarnes up the stairs. So several loud noises came from upstairs. What happened? I'm a little scared. Let me have a look. Open the door now! Sarnes used his shoulder to batter to open the door to Kane's room. What happened? Sean ran inside and jammed the door with something. The door swung open, knocking the night side. Sean leaned back against the chair where Lane was sitting, holding the dagger, sweating profusely. He clenched his teeth, closing his eyes, and thrust the dagger deep in his stomach. Sheesh. Thick blood gushes out around the blade on the handle, covering the fine carvings in layers of crimson. Sean had used the same dagger to break the commandment of thou shalt not kill, but he also toned his crime with it. We just stood there and watched life slowly ebb from Sean's body. Now we are in big trouble. When there's no stop, I need to go to the judiciary to testify. But we need to take care of John and Kane. Roman, take this up to my bedside. Turns through the key to Kane's room, picked up the broken key, and stuffed it in his pocket. Privy, get Herrings up here and ask him if he could perform a funeral. But if he refuses to perform a funeral rites for a suicide, tell him Sean was hanged by me with Roman's permission. Okay. Herring came upstairs with a rosary and his cross. I pulled down the ladder to the attic. The attic was dark. I started regretting leaving the candle downstairs. When my eyes adjusted to darkness, I carefully walked up to the trapdoor and the door and hung the key on the key holder. I went back to the down the corridor and met Sarnes dragging the body. Roman, help me drag them down to the yard. As long as they are kept outdoors, they won't rot in the freezing cold. Karen already recited scripture for them. When the snow stops, we'll ask the church to give them a decent funeral. Ah, well. Dragging two stiff bodies, we went downstairs along the spiral stairs. Should we leave the dagger here or pull it out? Pull it out. Will it mess up the scene? The case has been really close. The coroner from the judiciary will just have a simple glance. Also, it's not safer to leave it where anybody could. Don't say that. For it's just that Kane happened to meet his enemy. We're not all enemies in this hotel, right? Who knows? Jonathan opened the door and dragged Kane and Sean from the tavern. Maybe I'll go to sleep now. I went upstairs. All the doors are locked, except for Kane and Sean's. Everyone went to bed, whether they had to fall asleep or not. I need to go to bed too. So I probably can't fall asleep. I locked the door, hid the key under the pillow, and blew the candle out. Haven't seen you in a while. Yeah. Turns out you didn't forget me, Sean. Sure. So you merely forgot the promise you made, right? So sorry, I hadn't had a chance to recommend you. No chance at all? Being the Marquis Valet doesn't bring you even a single chance to even mention my name? So sorry. And if you didn't fulfill your promise, I still hope that we could keep it in touch. Don't smash things. Just wait a moment and don't be so angry. Even if you failed to keep your word, I always thought you as a friend. Don't come near me. It's what I wanted to tell you after I calmed down, but you never gave me the chance. And now, I guess it's a good moment to stop. Now, 3 hours. I was super sleepy 3 hours ago, so... 1 hour ago, so I think it's a good moment to stop. Almost 3 AM. Good moment. I have to admit, this game is better than I expected. As a mystery game. Yeah, I like it. We haven't gotten into the gay furry stuff, which probably is in the game, but I haven't found. So maybe there isn't. Anyways, guys, thank you for coming, and well, have a nice night. And well, see you later, alligator.